technical error on Global TV News Prime. Ganduje leads delegation to mourn with APC national chairman. In business, President Tinubu bans raw shea export for 6 months, eyes $300 million revenue boost. On the foreign scene, Trump warns Russia of economic war amid stalled Ukraine talks. And in sports, over 6,300 athletes set for 9th National Youth Games in Delta State. Hello and welcome to all our viewers in Nigeria and around the world to News Prime on Global Television. Coming to you live from the nation's capital, Abuja, I am Priscilla Obasi. Now the news in detail. The former national chairman of All Progressives Congress, Dr. Abdullahi Umar Ganduje, has expressed his heartfelt sympathy with the national chairman of the All Progressives Congress, Professor Nerawe Yilwada, on the loss of his mother. Dr. Abdullahi Umar Ganduje made the remarks when he paid a condolence visit to the bereaved resident in Abuja. Ogochukwu Mobono has the details.
It was a day of solemn reflection at the residence of the APC national chairman Nenentawe Yilwata, a home that recently became enveloped in grief following the passing of his beloved mother, Mama Lydia Toma Yilwada. Leading the delegation of sympathizers was the immediate past APC national chairman, Dr. Abdullahi Umar Ganduje, a man whose presence carried both the weight of political leadership and the warmth of friendship. With a heavy yet steady voice, the former chairman offered prayers for the soul of Mama Lydia and described her as a mother whose wisdom would be missed while her legacy remains eternal.
She lived at the time when she is most needed, because of her guidance and advice. But this is the work of God. All of us are waiting for our own time. So we pray to Almighty God to bless her and give her a journey to God.
He also congratulated Dr. Yilwada on his new role as national chairman and wished him a successful tenure.
I have to congratulate you for this new appointment. You are equal to the task. It's unfortunate you could have been the governor of Plateau State. You know how we struggled for you to be the governor of Plateau State, but God did not make it so. But God has made it to be you to be the minister and now to be the chairman. So we still have to thank.
Responding with deep emotion, the APC national chairman, Professor Nentawe Yilwada, thanks his predecessor and the entire delegation for the outpouring show of love in the difficult moments and expressed gratitude for the show of unity within the party. He also expressed gratitude for the life of a mother who shaped him with values that continue to guide his paths.
Having said that, we thank you, all of you, for coming and appreciate your presence. May God bless your presence. And for me as a Christian, there is a verse in the Bible that has a reward for anybody who comes to mourn with somebody who has lost a loved one. I want that blessing to follow all of you who are here. And God should reward you and bless you as you return back to your home. Thank you and God bless you.
The solemn visit ended with a prayer, after which the delegation quietly departed, leaving behind words of comfort, solidarity, and a reminder that in moments of grief, true leadership is not just about power, but about passion. Ogochukwu Mobono reporting for Global TV News.
President Bola Tinubu says Nigeria must be brought to the forefront of Africa's progress. Tinubu made the declaration while addressing Nigerians in Brazil, pledging to drive development through technology, food security, and sweeping reforms. The president describes the visit as a strategic step to strengthen ties with Brazil and draw lessons from its economic success, urging Nigerians at home and abroad to embrace unity, innovation, and shared responsibility in building a new nation. Moving on, the Office of the National Security Advisor has handed over 128 kidnapped victims rescued from bandits' camps in Karanamoda local government area of Zamfara State to their respective families. Briefing journalists in Abuja, the national coordinator of the National Counter-Terrorism Center, Major General Adamu Laka, says the victims were freed during coordinated security operations carried out in 2 phases earlier in August. Defense correspondent Kikelomo Ukiri reports.
It was an emotional scene as families embracing loved ones they feared were lost forever. Tears flowed freely as the Office of the National Security Advisor handed over 128 rescued victims of banditry in Kaura, Numada, Zamfara State. According to the National Counter-Terrorism Center Coordinator, Major General Adamu Laka, the rescue came in 2 waves. On August 14, 42 hostages, men, women, and even a toddler were freed. Then, just a day later, another 88 victims gained their freedom. But freedom did not come without scars. Among the second group, a child could not survive the harsh ordeal of captivity. And for another young mother, the trauma triggered a premature birth and newborn now receiving urgent medical care.
Second batch were rescued on the 19th of August, comprising 34 males and 54 females. So unfortunately, among the rescued second batch, we lost one of the children due to illness, I think, and the fatigue he had faced in the kidnappers' camp. And additionally, one of the women that was rescued had a premature birth. The child is presently in an incubator in the medical facility. And when they were rescued, they have been kept under the Office of National Security Advisor for some psychological, medical, and rehabilitation.
The National Security Advisor commended the security agencies, declaring that the 128 souls is not only a victory for the families, but also a statement of national resilience.
A total of 128 persons were rescued from Kaura Namoda. This is a remarkable achievement and a testament to our resolve as a nation. Today is not just about their return. It is about reaffirming our collective resolve as a nation to create a more secure environment for every single person living with.
For the victims, freedom marks the end of the nightmare. For Nigeria, it is a reminder that the fight against banditry continues with no room for retreat. Kikelomo Ukiri, Global Television News.
The managing director of the Nigerian Railway Corporation, Kayode Opeifa, says he takes full responsibility for Tuesday's derailment of the Abuja-Kaduna train, which occurred along the Kaduna corridor shortly after departure from Abuja. Speaking during an interview with journalists, Opeifa assured Nigerians that the ongoing investigation into the incident will be thorough and transparent, noting that the injuries of 4 of the Abuja-Kaduna train passengers were serious. He, however, stated that though the incident should not have happened, the Nigerian Railway Corporation will ensure that there is no such reoccurrence. The Nigerian Air Force has commissioned 30 solar power streetlights, an industrial borehole, and a 35,000-litre water storage system in Anipupo, Odede local government area of Ogun State. The project, inaugurated in honor of Air Vice Marshal Abidemi Timothy Marcus, is part of efforts to strengthen civil-military relations and improve rural livelihood. Here is Kikelomo Ukiri's report.
In the quiet community of Anipupo Odeda, nights were once marked by darkness that breed insecurity, and residents walk long distance in search of clean water. But today, hope shines brighter, literally as the Nigerian Air Force steps in with life-changing project. Representing the Chief of the Air Staff, Air Marshal Hassan Bala Abubakar, the Chief of Civil Military Relations, Air Vice Marshal Ibikunle Daramola, says the initiative reflects Nigerian Air Force commitment to community development beyond its combat duties.
Comes as a key step in our ongoing quest to enhance civil-military relations, with a view to building bridges of trust cooperation, and understanding between the Nigerian Air Force and the communities we serve and protect for enhanced national security of Nigeria.
Ogun State Governor Dapo Abiodun, who was represented by the Commissioner for Environment, Ola Oresanya, described the intervention as a partnership that aligns with the state's grassroots development agenda.
Reflect its meritorious service, patriotic contributions, and enduring bond between Nigerian Air Force and Ogun State. He's in Ogun State. These areas of intervention align with our visions of taking deliberate steps to bring government closer to the people, especially.
Community leaders and residents expressed gratitude to the Nigerian Air Force, pledging to safeguard the facility for long-term benefit.
So that chieftaincy title is our Air Marshal Bala Abubakar, the chief of air staff of this Nigeria, or this territory called Nigeria, for bestowing on us this
For Anipopo Odeda community, what once seems like a distant dream is now reality. Water within reach and light guiding their night. Beyond the bricks and mortar, the Nigerian Air Force has left behind something more valuable, a renewed sense of hope. Kike Lomo Okeri, Global Television News.
The People's Democratic Party, PDP caucus in the House of Representatives have asked President Bola Tinubu to give Nigerians what it calls better treatment, citing rising hardship and insecurity across the country. At a press conference in Abuja, the caucus aligned itself with decisions of the party's National Executive Committee, which recently confirmed Umar Damagun as substantive national chairman of the PDP. Anyete Patrick reports.
Leader of the caucus, Fred Agbedi, said the process reflected the party's commitment to due process and internal democracy. He, however, raised concerns over what the caucus described as disregard for court rulings in Osun State, particularly on local government administration.
Ask the federal government to release, obey valid court judgments leading to validity or validating the local government elections that were held in Osun State. Osun State is led by a PDP governor, a successful government and governor who has proved that he's in touch with his people and is delivering dividends of democracy to the people of Osun State. This is anti-democratic, and as a party caucus in the House of Reps, who are lawmakers, we insist that the right thing be done, due process be complied with, legal judgments be obeyed, so that Osun State and the people of Osun State and the local governments will enjoy the benefits of the creation and administration of local governments in Osun State.
The lawmakers further decried what they call increasing insecurity and economic hardship nationwide, urging the federal government to prioritize the welfare and safety of citizens. They also called for the prompt payment of indigenous contractors, insisting that many families and businesses are suffering as a result of unpaid government obligations.
There are massive killings going on across the country, and that shows that a government that cannot protect our people is not a government that is fit to continue in office. This government has failed Nigerians. The APC government, for the past 12 years, 10 years that have been in power, has failed Nigerians. And Nigerians have come to know that PDP is the only party that can bring succor to them. Not only killings, there's a lot of hardship in this country. And Nigerians are groaning in their pains daily. People are committing suicide because the government is not paying attention to them.
The caucus assured that it will continue to uphold the administration accountable through robust legislative engagement. The PDP caucus emphasized that Nigerians deserve a government that protects lives, respects court judgment, and eases the current burden of hardship. Annie T. Patrick, reporting for Global TV.
Governor Hope Uzodinma of Imo State has approved a new minimum wage of 104,000 naira for civil servants, doctors, and lecturers. The governor made the announcement during a strategic meeting with labor leaders in Owerri. You're watching the live broadcast of News Prime. When News Prime returns, Tinubu bans raw shea exports for 6 months, eyes $300 million revenue boost. Details coming shortly, plus business and foreign stories on the other side of this break. Please stay with us. Welcome back and thank you very much for staying with us. Now we go to the business news. President Bola Tinubu has approved a 6-month ban on exporting raw shea nuts to curb informal trade, boost local processing, and protect and grow Nigeria's shea industry. The ban, which takes immediate effect and subject to review on expiration, is specifically aimed at boosting Nigeria's shea value chain to generate around $300 million annually in the short term. Vice President Kashim Shettima, who announced the president's directive during a multi-stakeholder meeting at the presidential villa, called on the Federal Ministry of Finance and other relevant government agencies to fast-track enforcement. Now go to the foreign scene, where the United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees, Filippo Grandi, is in the Democratic Republic of Congo for talks with President Felix Tshisekedi. The discussion focused on worsening refugee crisis in the country, which now hosts millions of displaced people. Correspondent Mukhtar Kasim reports.
In Kinshasa, the United Nations Refugee Chief, Filippo Grandi, was received by President Felix Tshisekedi at the Palace de la Nation. The Democratic Republic of Congo is facing one of the world's most complex displacement challenges. Ongoing conflict in the east has forced nearly 7 million people from their homes, while the country also shelters refugees from neighboring nations. During the meeting, Grandi stressed the urgent need for stronger international support to ease the humanitarian burden. He also highlighted recent repatriation efforts, including the safe return of more than 500 Rwandan refugees last month under the United Nations supervision. The United Nations High Commission for Refugees is calling for coordinated action to ensure both protection and durable solutions for displaced families across the region. For President Tshisekedi, the visit underscores his government's commitment to working with international partners to stabilize the situation and provide hope for those affected by years of instability. Mukhtar Kasim, reporting for Global Television News.
Now let me go to the sports news, where the Lagos State says it is set to take center stage in the world of badminton as preparation reaches its peak for the 8th Lagos International Badminton Classics, scheduled to hold from August 27 to 30, 2025 at Teslim Balogun Stadium, Surulere. The prestigious 4-day championship, which promises to be a showcase of world-class talent, is organized by the Badminton Federation of Nigeria in collaboration with the Badminton World Federation, with support from Lagos State Sports Commission. The 2025 Lagos International Badminton Classics will feature over 200 players from 31 countries across Africa, Asia, Europe, and the Americas. Still on sports, no fewer than 6,382 athletes and the officials will converge in Asaba, Delta State for the 9th edition of the National Youth Games, scheduled to run from August 29 to September 6. Organized by the National Sports Commission, the game aims to promote grassroots sports and unearth the next generation of Nigerian champions. The figure confirmed followed the completion of the digital registration management process, with participants drawn from all 36 states of the Federation. As Global TV News Prime comes to an end, here's a recap of our top stories. We told you that the former national chairman of the All Progressives Congress, Dr. Abdullahi Umar Ganduje, has expressed his heartfelt sympathy with the national chairman of the All Progressives Congress, Professor Nwagerewa Yilwata on the loss of his mother. In business, we told you President Bola Tinubu has approved a 6-month ban on exporting raw shea nuts to curb informal trade, boost local processing, and protect and grow Nigeria's shea industry. On the foreign scene, we told you United States President Donald Trump has warned of an economic war against Russia if it fails to pursue peace with Ukraine. And finally, in sports, we told you no fewer than 6,382 athletes and officials will converge in Asaba, Delta State, for the 9th edition of the National Youth Games, scheduled to run from August 29 to September 6th. And that is it on Global TV News Prime. A quick reminder, the Global Television is on DSTV channel 365 and Star Times 276. Kindly follow us across all our social media platforms now showing on your screen using the handle @GlobalTVNG. I am Priscilla Obasi. Thank you very much for watching. Good evening.